What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 7 Rounds, which we changed it to just 7 rounds. I'm Trey, here with JP, Jeremy, Tyler, and today we've got 7 different topics for you, 5 minutes each. The first thing that I wanted to do, though, was a little show and tell. I was kind of excited. I went to Orlando, and we went to this mall. It was huge. And I had to get my daughter some shoes. Check out the Air Maxes.
Dude, those are
before the camera.
That
away.
So anyways, I will say that to be truthful, Jeremy and his wife were the first ones to get my daughter sneakers. So they started something bad probably.
Of course I did.
Yeah, he got her some Air Forces.
Were they Air Forces?
They were Air Forces. Some black ones are sweet, yeah, for sure. But
those are fire right there.
All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the podcast. Sponsored by Lucky Bull Grill and 643 Custom Apparel. Got it down.
All right. We're on it.
Yeah. All right. So the first topic that we're getting into today is JP and Jeremy are 90 years old. Memojis, we had to come up with them. If you guys saw our last episode, we had to come up with memojis for the artwork or the thumbnail.
Had horrible advice.
They were trying to figure it out.
Let us backtrack.
Please.
So the whole thing started with a Bitmoji was the conversation, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Did I get help from my wife? Nobody knows. We don't know.
But Nelly was no help.
However,
Zero help.
that's what was specified.
Then we got roasted for 30 minutes.
Well, the reason JP got roasted is because he continued to send like 30 freaking of the wrong emojis.
Well, and then when he finally figured it out, it was this tweaker of a Bitmoji that was
That's
like,
right.
I'm so...
Wait.
He was videoing. You have
I
it?
really want the camera to see this. Like,
I am
gonna
so
move this
sorry.
closer.
and there's there's a sound to it. But if you can see that,
Can I play it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of play it. That is JP's Memoji.
I'm
not a
sorry that I
still.
look so good.
Not a still picture.
It's because I did a recording to tell you guys to go f*** yourselves.
Whoa, PG guy, PG. All right. Anyways, so regardless,
That was I felt it was unfair to me because I turned around and got you the right thing, and then I got mixed into this 90-year-old group. I'm sorry that JP doesn't understand technology.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand what I needed. I did not
at all.
understand what I
Well,
needed.
like Bitmojis are like 2D, and then Memojis
Yeah.
are like 3D, and we were comparing the two of ours next to each other, and then like all of a sudden JP's and Jeremy's come in, and they're like, these do not look identical whatsoever.
I was like, cool, I did it. I was like, I hacked the network. It's on. Let's go rob a bank.
I got past the mainframe.
Yeah.
I went on the line to do this.
But
I was
to
frustrated. I was like, I had some choice words for both of y'all.
well, I'm just saying, I've never seen JP wear glasses, but I was like, this clearly is not this at all. Like, it's not even close.
What? Excuse me?
All right, so the next thing, since you guys are 90, I wanted to come up with hear what you guys had to say about this. There was a speech of some lady that said, if you finish this lyric, it'll tell you kind of how old you are.
Oh, God.
So you guys ready for this?
Go for
Finish this lyric. The lyric starts, hey now. Hey now.
Hey.
What you got? What song are you thinking of?
I don't know.
Finish the lyric. What you got? Tyler, you have anything?
Hey, now you're a rock star.
Yep, that's the one that comes to my mind.
That's
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God, you're right.
Hey now, you're a rock
I was about
star.
to say, that's it.
That's the only one you guys have?
That's
You guys-
it.
That's all I would. That's
Really?
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
What would be some of the other?
Well, because there was, hey now, this is what dreams. You know that song?
Oh yeah.
I have another one too. That's it was Santana and what's the guy from? Oh God, he was from the Irish rap group from the '90s. So, hey now, all you sinners. For some reason that's the one. That comes
Okay,
to my
well there's
head.
something.
You would probably like that song. It's a really good song, but Smash Mouth.
So Jeremy's
Yeah.
definitely the oldest.
That was my
Again,
generation.
Again, why we should be embarrassed by Tyler's musical
My,
knowledge.
Yeah.
It was my generation.
It was also
Smash
mine.
Mouth is mine for sure.
So we're the same generation.
Hey,
I just
embarrassing
researched.
fact, I did see them open up for a concert. I went to go see Lenny Kravitz and Smash Mouth open up, and I was like, this is gonna suck. They were fire.
They were
Wow.
good.
Oh, they were so fun.
I would have never gone to see Lenny Kravitz. I'll tell you right now.
Oh my
There's no way.
gosh.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
that-
wait, you're talking about the guy from Hunger Games, right?
Yes,
Please,
exactly.
please listen to it. Hey,
See,
but
I watch movies.
back then, that's when we only paid like $30 to go to a concert,
Okay,
right?
sure.
Yeah.
But he's
Back in
one
my
of the
day.
best I've seen. He was amazing. There's nobody can pull off like a no shirt, tights, and a pink feather scarf and have every lady throw panties at him.
Okay, that's fair.
1000%.
I
Because
disagree.
That's fair.
This body is not made.
I'm on the try. So I'm on the try, but
I literally saw
Next
a video
episode,
of him the other day.
JP.
I saw a video of him the other day. He was in the gym on Instagram or something. He was in the gym wearing his leather pants, weathering a tank top. Like he was rocking his normal Lenny Kravitz gear. Like 'cause
Crazy.
You never seen him. The dude's fit.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You never see him in like gym clothes.
No.
He's always in leather pants, like
Yeah.
platform boots.
He doesn't like act it out. It's really him.
Oh, it's
like it's
100%.
really him.
I'm
And
sure
his
you don't
kids are famous.
like him?
No, he's fine. He's all right. I'm not like gonna go
He's
and listen to his
fine.
music.
No.
I don't pull it up on my playlist. I'll say
But
that.
every now and then, like, you know, the song, It Ain't Over Till It's Over, you put that in the shower, boy, you can hit
Get
those
it.
notes. I'm telling you.
Depending on the acoustics.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Next thing. This one's another thing for how old we are, I guess. But
Okay.
favorite rapper of all time.
Eminem.
Eminem for you.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that's the only
Easy
rapper you know,
Eminem.
JP.
I think that's
so
the
he
only
just-
rapper
I was about to say,
he's like,
there's a good chance that's the only rapper I
he's
know.
like not Skittles, not Skittles. Oh, Eminem,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah.
that a guy?
Peanuts Eminem. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Kanye?
I said it earlier, Kanye.
That dude has
He's a
gone
goat.
He's your favorite
crazy.
rapper ever.
Yes, he's my
Okay.
favorite rapper ever.
So my number one is Eminem, but I would say like we were talking about honorable mentions a while ago, but I also will say fast rap that hands down Busta Rhymes, hands down Busta.
Busta,
Yeah.
Busta's
He's got
legit.
it.
Absolutely.
You know who had a chance at that but didn't do enough was Twista.
Oh,
Twista
true.
was legit, but then yeah. I mean, you don't do as much.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes has been doing his thing for like what 30 years.
Since
30
the
for
late
sure.
80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so,
'cause he
like
was
40
he had
years.
a different. He was with a different group before he went solo. Yeah, and then
he's
he blew up
amazing.
on the Tribe Called Quest album when he rapped in Scenario,
Okay.
and he killed that song. Right, Tribe Called Quest is legendary, and he just owned that song, and that was it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Sure, he sure did. He sure did.
Is that a country
JP's
album?
like, I don't know
Hey, but for
any
you,
of these people.
who's yours?
Oh, mine is Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Lil
a
Wayne, that's right.
I'm a
Yeah,
Lil
yeah.
Wayne guy.
Lil Weezy.
I loved Ludacris, and another guy that I've always really enjoyed listening to is Big Sean. But they're not Lil Wayne. Anytime you hear the light flickering, what is it? The whatever, the lighter
the
flicker.
light- the lighter,
You
yeah.
know that it's about to go down, and I love
It's
hearing
about to
anything.
go
Well,
down.
I mean, and I think I've told you before, like Ghostface is one of my Ghostface
Yeah,
Killer from
yeah.
Wu-Tang. He's definitely one of my favorites, but I just think Kanye was just on a little bit more of a level. And every time I hear his music, I'm just like, God dang it, I love this stuff.
Does
Oh,
is
yeah, the
it
next
Kanye
question
up
is,
to a
would you
certain?
wear any of his clothes?
Kanye's.
There's
some
some.
Yeezys.
Oh yeah,
all day,
for sure,
yeah,
for sure,
for sure.
But is
No,
it
not
Kanye up
shoes,
to a certain
his
point?
clothes.
what's that?
Is it Kanye up to a certain point, or it's Kanye through
Yeah.
and through?
Yeah,
To a certain
Yeah,
point.
to
See,
a
for
certain
me, I
point.
think Lil Wayne, any era. Like I'm good
I would
with
agree
it.
with
You know
you.
what
I
I
think
mean?
once he became a
I like his new
Kardashian, he
album.
went down.
Yeah, yeah.
He just came out with a new song with 2 Chainz, and it's kind of a play on Wu-Tang, on Ghostface Killer and Raekwon,
Oh, really?
and it's called Shame, and that song hits, bro.
Okay.
You got to hear it.
I'll have to
And
listen
his
to it if I
raps
haven't
in
yet.
that, he just kills it.
Yeah,
Lil
he
Wayne,
does.
He's legit.
Well, the rumor was that he never wrote lyrics. He would just get on the mic and go, and I was like, "There's no way." I don't believe that, but I just know how great he is.
Well, you know, I know Old Dirty Bastard was that way. He didn't write a whole lot of stuff. He did. I
That's
think they do
crazy.
sometimes, but I think they get in there and they just. Some of those guys are just gifted, man.
Well, like back in Big Timers era, whenever Lil Wayne was in Big Timers, like that was. I mean, I remember seeing old videos of them like just walking in the studio, and it was like Lil Wayne would come in and just like do his little throw into whatever song
Right.
they were going on,
Right.
and
yeah,
it was kind of like in the moment.
It's pretty-
I truly do feel like there is an element of in the moment for those.
That's
guys.
crazy.
I think it's pretty incredible that he's still like sustainable making music right now, right? Compared to how long he's been out. And I know Kanye is too, but as much as I love Kanye, he's my favorite of all time. I don't think his new stuff really has as much substance as the older stuff. It just doesn't
yeah.
to me.
No, his run kind of went downhill, I think, 7 years ago?
But God, it was the greatest run for me of all time.
Oh, dude, it was so good. It was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Uber
Once you
talented.
become
That was my
a
walk-up
Kardashian,
song.
you start losing your street cred. Like, I just don't got it no more, boys.
I'll take that.
So, topic number 2. Are we getting a timer on this? I feel like we went over.
Oh, we totally.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah,
timer.
totally. We're
better-
good.
You better start one now,
Can you?
dude.
I got
You
it.
got it. Tyler's got the timer. All right.
Wow, JP.
Topic number 2.
My bad.
Justin Timberlake arrested for DWI charges.
They're just trying
Definitely
to bring the man down.
under the influence, like big time. If you saw his mugshot,
Oh, yeah. The videos have been great.
he
too.
was blazed or he was drunk or both. Couldn't tell. How do you not just have a driver though? If you're that big A-list,
That's what I said. I think were we talking about this?
Yeah.
And I was like, when you have that type of
Money.
people and money around you, and you have everything at your grass, how do you not have someone drive you around? I would love to never drive ever again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cool with that, unless it's my Ferrari.
Yeah.
Other than
Right.
that, like, hey, cruise me here, cruise me there. Mm-hmm. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it.
and who's he with? You know what I mean? It's not like he's probably not hanging out with just like Joe Schmoes. Like he's with A-list celebrities who he could probably go, could I borrow your driver? Like
My thoughts, it was a situation, maybe, and he was like, maybe I shouldn't have been doing this. I'm out.
Yeah.
I've been that.
you're
Well,
right.
He's like apparently. I kind of Googled like I was like, well, what kind of money is he worth? Like net worth 250 million. Like the dude's. It's not that big of a deal to be like having to get a black car service or something. Which is
No.
that's like a big huge new thing too. I mean like drivers has always been a thing.
Yeah.
But a buddy of mine. He's a former NFL player, Devontae Harris. He just started a black car service in the DFW area, but that, like, there's a new demographic of that world changing. We saw it in Vegas.
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
What was
Yeah.
I think of his name?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Roman.
Roman. Yeah, Roman.
Dude, that dude
He's
was
from
an
Russia.
ultimate driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like black car
Ultimate.
service is a huge thing now. Like where you have numbers in your phone, or you could call somebody and be like, I can get a ride.
Yeah.
It makes no rational sense, other than I just kind of dove into. I was like, well, what's going on in Justin Timberlake's life that would allow this to happen? Apparently, him and the wife are on.
Jessica Biel.
Wait, what?
That's tough.
Jeez.
You're in.
Hey, I'm just saying.
JP's on the waiting list.
I don't know if you have the dance moves or the voice.
I think you're wrong on both of those.
maybe so. Maybe so.
I mean, I can dance.
I just
Yeah, we haven't seen it, but we
it's
don't know.
wild. I just don't understand how that happened.
I doubt he has the cooking skills. So
Fair.
That's true, man.
Yeah. No, I saw that and I thought, I don't understand it. I'm the same way, or I noticed that in Orlando. We went and there was a guy who was driving Uber Black, I guess, and we had to use that to fit all our stuff in. And runs this chauffeur service, and he did the bubble when the bubble was done in Orlando, the NBA. He said he drove LeBron and like 10 other athletes, and all of them had this service at their fingertips. They don't even pay for it. So like Justin Timberlake, if he said, hey, I want to get a driver, he can afford it, but he's never going to pay for it. Like these guys
be
that
a
have
manager, somebody that's going to
Yeah.
the bill, or
Exactly.
they're going to bill somebody else.
Yeah.
or whatever party he's at, it's like, got you, no problem. But like you said, I mean, if it's, he's upset, he storms out, he's like, I'm out of here, give me my
Right,
keys.
right.
That's the only thing I can understand.
Well,
but
at
even then,
at the same time, though, dude, when you're drinking and stuff, you're not thinking. You're just like, I'm good. I'm gonna go. Whatever. You're not thinking about calling anybody, and that's probably more than likely. It was just, hey,
Yeah,
we've all
In
made
the
the dumb
moment.
mistakes.
Situation. Who knows?
Yeah.
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 On the other side of things, I have to admit, I do love me some Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
I don't think the other guys have fared as well as Justin did.
the
I mean, they're not
NSYNC.
doing as
No.
well.
Not at all.
What is peak Justin Timberlake though? Is it in sync? Is it solo?
no, him by himself.
Cry Me a River.
His first two solos,
Yeah.
by far.
Okay.
1,000%.
Oh,
You don't think it was Trolls? Because I'm thinking, like, have you seen that movie? World Tour? Are you kidding?
The poor guy's in a rough
I
shape.
remember.
Well,
I
dude,
remember
no,
when
I'm
the songs
joking.
came out,
Hang it up.
and I was working at the Gap. This is when I was in college. I was working
Yeah.
at the Gap, right? And I remember they would send playlists, and his song came out. And I remember we were listening to it. This is before it really dropped. They
Is
had,
this
like,
guy?
the
Hold on,
exclusive-
time out. Is this guy chewing ice on the mic?
Wait, no,
You can mute his mic, Aaron. You
Please
can
turn
turn
him
him
off
off.
at this
Mute that thing. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, and I remember there's this girl that I worked with. I can't remember her name, but we had the same musical taste,
Huh.
and we were working in the song. I had loved it. It was Senorita.
Oh yeah.
This song is a banger. I can't like it. And we were full. She said, I can't do it no more, Jeremy. I love this song. I was like, thank God.
Somebody
Because
said it.
I need this in my life. And that was it. You know, I was like,
Well, then you gotta love the videos of him with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah.
All, like,
He's a
great.
great
He's
actor.
great.
He's a good
Yeah,
actor.
he's funny.
He is funny
He's an athlete
too.
too.
Triple threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude's got it all.
He can do it. Yeah.
And Jessica Biel. So
Yeah, I was about to say hello.
Right. Exactly.
screw him, right?
You know what? Screw him. He deserved this. DWI.
You go away.
You
man.
deserve this. You need some bad shit to happen.
All right. Did we hit our 5 minute? I think we did. Right.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, we did.
No, 27 seconds.
Oh, 27
Look at
seconds.
us.
Justin
Oh,
Timberlake.
man. Okay.
Best song he's ever had. Go.
Cry Me a River.
That was God dang it.
Senorita.
I don't know what it is. I'm.
But God, he's got so many good ones.
Bam.
You think it's "Cry Me a River"?
I think
that's the only one he
That
knows.
was such a good
Right.
song.
I could see you just in your shower.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my
it.
gosh, I'm gonna have to look it up. I can't
Tyler's
even
just over
think.
there, just moving.
Mine might have been an NSYNC song. I'm not sure.
Bringing sexy. Isn't he saying sexy back?
Ooh, Sexy
Sexy
Back was
Back.
a good
Sexy
one.
Back.
Sexy one.
was the
Okay,
one,
there you
yeah.
go. Attaboy. All right.
What's a
Third topic. The two best courses we've played each. Everybody has a story
Golf-
for theirs.
golf courses,
Golf,
golf
courses,
courses.
and I'm not in this conversation very
deep?
much. Not very deep.
Riverside Country Club. And
I've done-
Osmond Lake.
Yeah, where I can walk, I've experienced. So yeah, that's been fun.
We're trying to open that up, Trey. But he's
We're gonna get there.
Horizons.
We'll get there. All right.
KK,
So
he wants to go to Vegas. Yeah, he wants to go to Vegas.
all right. So
You go first.
JP.
Oh, both of them same trip last year, Vegas, Reflection Bay, and Paiute.
Yeah.
Hands down, Paiute was my favorite course to actually play on. It was amazing. Reflection
Tell us
Bay
why.
was just beautiful.
Well, what about Paiute?
Yeah, tell us.
I just liked how it was just pretty open course. It was easy to play.
There wasn't any
It was
houses around, it
beautiful.
was, like, super
yeah,
wide
there's
open.
no.
That
yeah.
was probably the best you've ever played.
Yeah. And not only that, it didn't help that I played really good that day. I didn't start drinking quite as much the first day.
That's true.
The
I
rest
feel like
of the
that
trip.
that factors into your experience. I loved this course. I also played great there, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
This is the most beautiful course I ever played at, but I played terrible. It might knock down a little bit.
Knocks down
on
the
your
ladder.
list.
Yeah, Reflection Bay was just gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
the houses, the course,
Yeah.
the lakes, everything was just like wow. But it wasn't my favorite course I played.
No.
You know.
Okay.
I,
It's number two.
I do think a Paiute is up there, but hands down, number one would be Cascada, which is in Vegas. The waterfalls, the bighorn sheep, and the course is
Sick.
just immaculate. It's one of those things too. Is when you drive up and you see the clubhouse, there's already the wow factor. It's like, holy crap! The waterfalls going through there. It's just beautiful. The service was great. Everything about it, number one. And then me and John played at a course in Phoenix. It was called Dinosaur Ridge or Dinosaur Back Gold Golf Club, something like that. They had two courses there, but the Dinosaur one was amazing. You play uphill for a while, then downhill, but the housing there, the way the course laid out, I played lights out. That's another reason.
Yeah.
I felt like it suited my eye. The greens are fast. The fairways are perfect. But the service at this place was perfect.
Okay.
For when we drove up and there was people at our truck and they're like, they got the clubs. We told them the party, we got you set up, go to the clubhouse, do what you need to do. We go to our carts. All the clubs are cleaned and wiped and maps there, and they just took care of you. And I was just like, okay, for sure.
Did you say on that first course orange sheep?
Bighorn sheep.
Big orange sheep. Oh, I thought you said big orange sheep. I was like, what?
Sorry, big
I would have
Wonka
been in
level.
awe just with that. I'd have been like, I'm good. I'm going home now. I
like
gotta see
20
it.
feet from me when I was hitting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have a video where I was hitting a shot and it kind of spooked them, and they figured out, okay, we're good, and they just get back.
Well,
yeah.
They chilled.
if we do Vegas, I do look forward to Cascada this year.
Yeah,
100%.
What about you, bro?
Tyler.
I've got two. One is I wish I would have appreciated it more. I played it when I was younger. I was probably middle school. Kapalua in Maui.
Oh, there we go.
The plantation course is unbelievable. Yeah, but again, one of those things that as a kid, I don't know if I took 100% value in what I was experiencing.
For sure, yeah.
But that's probably number one. Number two, Hillcrest Country Club is where I used to work in Los Angeles. There was a couple courses that I will say like I in that world that I played that are probably my number twos. Hillcrest was number one out of that group of like LA Country Club.
You have a
ones I played.
subsection of number twos.
A little bit. And the reason being is like I worked
Notable
around the
mentions.
guys that
Yeah.
I worked around the guys that took care of it, so I like had a really profound appreciation for like the effort they put into it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, for sure.
And like
To make
when
them
you
that
have
nice.
greens that are pristine, and you have guys literally on hands like and knees cutting out runners of Bermuda grass that are encroaching in on a green, like they're just sitting there cutting them out with a knife. I was like,
Does
this
anyone
is
else
great
watch those
appreciation.
videos on TikTok?
Oh yeah,
I love
for sure.
it.
Or when they
I'm so-
change the hole, I'm like,
It's so satisfying.
how is this video 3 hours long? You're just
Yeah.
watching it over
With
and
the sand,
over.
the water. I'm just like,
You're like,
so I can
is.
imagine.
And the
I totally
sounds.
Get that, yeah.
So it was an appreciation, but both those courses, I will say, like why they also were big things for me was I played it with my dad, so that's like
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
have you guys
sure.
ever Googled like the lawnmowers and stuff? You're like, wonder how much that would run. You're all, oh, I can't afford it.
real mowers. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what?
How cool would it be to make your front yard like a putting green though?
Hey,
Like
there's
the
a
entire
lot of
thing?
people doing that. Now.
That's crazy. That's so much
Effort,
maintenance.
though, dude. That
yeah.
goes into that.
It's not worth it.
Wake up every
That's
other
a
day.
different type of dad. That's not
Yeah,
me.
that's retired for sure.
That's not me, man.
Kids are out of the
All right,
house,
Trey.
Don't worry about it.
All right, I've got two, not very far from here, I guess. But the first one on my list, number one, was for my brother's wedding. We went to Silverado in Scottsdale, and it was
There you go.
really beautiful.
I bet.
It was nice. It was hot. It was like the hottest part of the day. It was in June. But with cold beers though, like it's fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're not
You fought
walking
through
it.
it.
You're like, I'll get
it's,
over it.
It's dry heat. It's not humid sitting on you, so it's not bad. And it was just a beautiful course. When you can keep a course that beautiful in that hot of weather, when it's just
yeah.
scorching, it's crazy.
That's legit.
So that was really cool. That was number one for me. And then number two on my list is Sandia in Albuquerque. That
I love
one's so
Sandia.
nice. And I've probably played like 8 courses out of town, maybe 5 courses out of town.
Yeah.
So that's up there. Went to Orlando this past week, and the hotel we stayed at was called the Rosen Shingle Creek, and the golf course on there was designed by Arnold Palmer's company. And if I would have had a chance to even play one hole, it would have been on this list because it was that nice.
So beautiful. That's
Dude,
awesome.
green everywhere where it's not supposed to be green. It's green. You know, it's like so insane. So Rockwind's up there, I think, an honorable mention for me.
love
Dude,
Rockland.
Rockland's
That place
awesome.
is beautiful in Hobbs, New Mexico, by
And
the way.
then,
I mean, I'm
honorable
gonna-
mention would be like, what's the one up in Albuquerque, up in the mountains, Paco Ridge?
Pocket,
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's beautiful, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's extremely difficult.
I mean, I did have the pleasure of playing Timberon, which that was an experience. I never thought I was going to hit a cow while I was golfing, but
The
that
putting
happened.
green was like my front yard.
Yeah.
In the
putting green
picture,
is literally like
No,
the
dude,
putting green was like a chipping green.
no, the best
so
part
bad.
was JP's story. He's like, yeah, I called the pro shop. I was like, hey, do I need to make a tee time? They're like, nah, man, you're probably good.
no, you're really good. You're good.
go and show up.
But yeah, you go out there and you're like, all right, got a nice, 75 yard uphill. You hit it, you get up there and you're all, there's 40 cows on the green. All right, let's go on.
Yeah, next hole. Next
Cool.
hole. I buried that one.
I feel like the pro shop was just somebody's trailer.
No, the
It was
pro
just-
shop was the bar.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's where everybody hangs
Yeah,
out.
and they're
That's
like, oh,
cool.
just give us a minute. Let's finish making these drinks, and we'll go get your cart. I'm like, this is gonna be interesting, and it was.
That's awesome.
It was an experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
New Mexico just has tons of golf. I mean,
Okay,
I'll tell anybody that there's a lot
mean-
of great golf courses.
There is.
I
Yeah.
say real quick, what is the worst course you've all played?
Worst course.
I haven't played that many. I don't have anything to give.
Mine's course going to be the
That one?
Timberon. It was
Yeah.
just something else. It was an experience all the way around.
Man, I've got one. I mean, and I say it was in really rough condition at the time I played it. So in Lubbock, there's a municipal course called Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook's a good course. I'm not trying to bag on Meadowbrook.
I
Don't hate
played
me,
there.
Justin. Yeah, it's there's good stuff, but if you catch it in the wrong time of the year, or you catch it when it's
There's
the
this-
greens are in rough shape, it's playing a goat track on occasion.
Yeah.
There was a
It
lot
can
of
be rough.
fairway, like missing.
Yes, exactly.
Y'all-
Why is it
That
just
could
gone?
that could be maybe it.
Yeah. Time of year
We
and
played
like
one in Chandler that was like it was terrible. Yeah. I don't remember the name, but I was like, let's move on to the.
But I
next
also
one.
think like it's always fun to do something like that because you do have that memory of like, how bad was this?
still
My bad.
You're good. You're
Dude,
good.
have you ever heard of sanded green? Have you ever heard of oil and sand greens before?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have a little golf history conversation at some point. But dude, they used to in place they couldn't grow grass well. Like you would make, there were greens that were sand and they were oiled, and so the oil would like basically pack it down and hold. And you would like, I can't remember how you would specifically do it, but like you'd have a spot like when you hit the green, you would like brush your path, like you would lay out the path you wanted the ball to roll on, and you'd kind of like map out your hole. Like
They still do that somewhere.
Some place, yeah. I can't
Yeah, I've
remember.
seen it
There's
on the internet, but I didn't even think. I thought it was just like a one-off.
Lubbock used to have a course that was a
Whoa.
long time ago, but yeah, they had a
That's
oil and
crazy.
sand greens.
I don't
Me
think I wanna
either.
experience that.
No,
Yeah.
I'll be all right without it.
a little
Unless
weird.
it's like
I was about to say it might
cheap.
make us a little better at putting.
Yeah.
It won't hurt.
All right, the next topic is nepotism in sports. We've seen it, and right now the hottest topic in basketball is the draft, 55th, I think, overall. Bronny James from the University of Southern California. I think he had limited minutes. He averaged like 5 points a game. He was not draftable in the first 2 rounds, but he's got great genes. He's, all of that stuff. I'm going to play devil's advocate on this. What do you guys think about nepotism, the good and bad in sports?
So I'll go on this topic. It's been this way for a long time. If you look at the MLB, there's a high
That's the biggest one.
Yeah, there's a high percentage of players that their dads play through there. That's just the way it is, and I'm sorry, like if it has to be said that way. I think if you don't want to be, if you want to break that cycle, you have to figure out a way to beat those guys and to get into it. But I will tell you this: once you get into that, you will then start practicing nepotism because you want to do the same thing for your kids,
The
right?
same thing
Sure.
for your kids.
Yeah.
That's,
Sure.
that's the aspect that I reference is like, it's a career. The whole, I don't agree with the Bronny James thing, and I know it's for the aspect of like putting butts in seats, selling tickets.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Father son playing on the same basketball team, it's gonna change the game a little bit. But like career path wise, I followed a career path after going the golf route, a career path that was what my dad did for a living, does for a living, and it's kind of those things like I don't know, the people you've idolized, like you put a lot of effort into trying to be like them. I think, and to an extent,
Yeah.
and like
Right.
pursuing similar characteristics in life.
Your dad built a legacy in his own right, so your legacy is much easier to achieve. That's the goal, and I
Pursuit,
think
yeah.
that's what nepotism kind of does, and I'm good with it. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to make things easier for my sons, and then it should just the ladder should
Generational
continue.
wealth.
Yeah.
I think that I'm with you, but then I'm also like there's a sense of like there's a line where you kind of break the integrity of like what actually is deserved. You know what I mean? Like for example, Barry Bonds, his dad played, and it's like okay, he's the greatest hitter of all time. Obviously, he deserved it. Ken Griffey Jr. He deserved it.
Yeah.
And maybe there's times where people were like, I don't know, he's all right, he's doing good, but his dad's a pro and he knows how to make him better and all of this stuff. Bronny James is not by a stretch of the imagination ready for the NBA.
No,
You know what I mean? And so like if it's my son and I'm like, I want you to be here, you're on your way, you're strong, you're fast, you got the skills. Let's go another year. Let's go 2 more years. It's just that he wanted to pull him up right away, and it doesn't sit right with me because I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm like, dude, we're hurting now.
I think a lot of people you're trying to do best. You're trying to make it easier for the next generation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with this situation, it's one thing if you've made it easier for them and they're living up to it.
Yes.
But he's not living up to it, and that's
I
where
agree.
I think that's where the problem comes.
It's the
I-
monetization. It's just monetization. They're literally looking at like, how can we sell this from a marketing standpoint? What's gonna sell tickets? What's gonna show interest? What's gonna get clicks on Instagram, on social media?
Well, and
I
I'm
get
not,
that.
I'm not sure, but isn't LeBron James now willing to take a pay cut?
No, well, so he was willing to take one, and then he opted out, and then signed for 2 years, 104 mil. So he's just like, I actually made more.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that kind of like I like what you said about it because. Yeah, I mean, all these guys that I've mentioned, and I've got a list of them right here. Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Cal Ripken Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr., legend, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Kobe Bryant. All these guys had pro parents that paved a way, and then they came and surpassed them, or at least were right there with. I don't know about Dale Earnhardt. I don't know NASCAR.
That's a high expectation for any kid whose parent was a pro because they've already made it, right? So it's a high expectation to beat that. I think from a dad's point of view, if you can help your son get a leg up, you want to give him the opportunity, and maybe at some point they exceed. Maybe he's not ready for it right now, and he's not. We all know that.
Yeah.
But who's to say in 2 years that he doesn't all of a sudden grow into it, and because of the people he's got around it, become one of the best? We don't know. But his dad has the ability to ensure that he gets the opportunity. Some people say that sucks because it takes away from other people's opportunity, but it's the way of the world. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it goes.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. The only part of it, I mean, I think he's trying to do best by his kid and everything, but the only part that does suck is it is taking from someone else that, I mean, right now deserves it more than he does.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to win a championship, I think it's not the way to go. If you're trying to just sell tickets, it's
Well,
sure, why not?
I got it. Yeah.
Set record books. Do what you want to do.
To jump on what you said about monetization and getting butts in the seats, if they don't draft him, LeBron might leave. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah,
he was like, I want to play with my son. He made it very clear. He put it on his show. He put it on interviews, all this stuff. So if you don't draft him and he goes to the Mavs or something, then he's like, okay, cool, I can go play with Kyrie. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. And then he was also in free agency. So, yeah, I think it's not about Bronny selling seats, but it's about you get him, you get the ultimate package deal.
Retain LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that kind of sucks. I get that.
it does.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers was the other one that was a bad nepotism.
But if you look at
pick.
percentages wise, the list that you threw out of how many professional athletes that actually fall into this category, it's so rare. It's
so rare.
such a rare
It is.
situation. And how many professional athletes have kids that don't go anywhere near the professional sports realm?
Michael Jordan has 4 sons.
Yeah.
One of them tried to play and that was it.
Yeah.
But I also look at these and I go, the only one on this list that their dad was a legend is Bronny, and then Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
Everybody else,
Dale
it's
Earnhardt
Kobe
Sr.
Bryant. Who's his dad?
But that was
right,
but that's the NASCAR.
But he's sitting down doing his job, so I'm not really giving. I'm not
you're
giving.
not getting NASCAR.
No right turn.
No,
Against
no
your
right-
side.
no right turn.
We just lost our redneck
This
viewers.
is a large population of human beings.
He's got the obliques going left. That's about it. All right, number 5. Oh, you got
I was
something?
gonna say one more thing. So something I because I was kind of looking up what you kind of thought about was the players, but how many coaches have kids and family members in? It's 13% in professional sports.
Or even in the
wild.
coaching realm.
Yeah,
A lot of
That's
college
huge.
too,
Yeah.
mostly
A lot of-
college.
yeah.
But
I mean,
pros,
well, I mean,
yeah.
I would love to have been given that opportunity. My dad was coach D1. Well, guess what? I'm already going to get in there. That's just how it goes.
And they
Yeah.
soak it up. I mean, I've never grew up around a coach, but at the same token, I can imagine how coaches bring their work home with them, how heavily that can be in a person's life that all of a sudden you just absorbed.
I want to hang out with my dad. I want to be.
These are the offensive formations. I know what they're doing because
That's a whole nother podcast we can get into.
yeah.
For
And
sure.
And it's wild. I bet you learn a lot from that.
just from
Yeah.
being around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
100%.
sorry.
All right, the next one is number 5. You lose a bet, right? Number 5, yeah. You lose a bet and you have to try out for one Olympic sport as a punishment. What would it be?
I do
With
have
the
a
intent of
question.
trying to make it.
So to try to make it, do you
Yes.
have a chance to practice this?
Yeah,
Yes.
you could. Let's say you get a year to get it down before the trials.
Figure it
I know 1 year is not a lot. These guys are pros. I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But
I had a couple
it's
of
you
thoughts.
have to try it out.
But I thought something that I feel that would be manageable, maybe archery for me.
Okay, so archery's yours.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Yes, I used to. I've gone. But when I was younger, I used to bow hunt a little bit, but not a lot. But I do
Okay,
remember
you got some?
enjoying it, and every time I'd hit a target, I was like, this is totally badass.
Yeah,
And I can't even
Y'all-
imagine, like, I would love to kill an elk with a bow. Like, that's got to be, so that would be where I'd go. And
For
maybe-
I
maybe-
feel like a year in archery. Don't get me wrong; they're doing it their whole lives and all that stuff. But a year in archery, you're going to get significantly better,
for sure.
and you're going to have to go every day for sure. That's your
The
second
dedication
workout.
aspect
75
is going to
hard.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to learn of it, and I think it'd be really interesting. So that's what I went with.
JP, what you got?
Man, that's one of those questions I've had the hardest time. Like what's actually manageable? I'm like, good lord.
Did you look at the list? Because I had to look
Is
at a
bowling,
list.
me too.
is bowling
Me
in
too.
the Olympics? I can see you as a bowler.
I don't know if
got
it's a
this.
summer
I got
sport.
this.
What
I
about
mean,
curling? I can see
curling?
curling.
No,
That
that's
was winter.
that's not.
Winter.
Oh, I guess it's just any Olympic sport, right? Not Summer
Yeah.
Olympics. Okay.
Oh, we're doing any Olympics.
Oh,
I guess so.
So crossing boundaries here. Okay.
So JP's not an athlete. That's what he's getting.
I was about to say, I'm just saying.
Long
right
story
now,
short.
Golf is now an Olympic sport. Let's put it out there.
Okay. That's still a long stretch there, boys.
That is,
we got some work to
I feel like
do.
that. I was gonna say if anybody picked that, I felt like that was out of reach for us. Tyler's
I mean,
the
we
best
got
out of
figure-
us.
we got figure
but
skating.
even that, it's like
Yeah.
That'd be hard. That's
'Cause-
why I didn't pick it.
because what's the difference between a scratch golfer and a pro like PGA Tour guy? It's a lot, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
a lot.
I saw a thing that what was it? What's his name? DeChambeau. He was like, like you're shooting about 10 handicap, you can hit this shot about 3 to 5 times in a row, right? Like correctly. If you're a scratch golfer, you can hit it about 10 to 20 times. Pro golfers, we can hit it 30 plus times without even thinking about it. And I'm like, that's crazy. The difference between a scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh, the
wild.
consistency
Well,
factor is
Their
unbelievable.
ability to scramble
Yeah.
is the
Scary.
difference.
Well, they had on Good, you know, the guy asked, they had a pro on there. I can't remember who the pro was, but he asked him like, "Hey, I think I'm a pretty good golfer. How far am I?" And he goes, "You're a great golfer." And he goes, "You're not even close."
Exactly.
He goes, "Not even close, man."
Yeah.
He's like,
Flirting with the realm of the tour player level of player is just
Just
Yeah,
athlete
it's
spirit.
not
I played
unbelievable.
a pickup game with a couple of the starters from the Lobos when I was in my 20s, and I just got through balling some guys down there, and I was embarrassed.
Oh, dude, basketball
I
is
was like,
a
I
monster.
picked up my shit and I left. Never to return.
"See y'all later."
I was like, ooh,
I'm
good.
dropping out now.
What about you? What are you going with?
So I was back and forth. There's one that I would absolutely love if it was ever something I could do. I would do Olympic weightlifting.
Oh,
Olympic
okay.
weightlifting, the snatch and the clean and jerk. I love it from a CrossFit standpoint, like what I like to do working out wise. But
For weight or for endurance?
it's
all weight,
It's
huh?
a weight. Yeah. So it's a complex of like individual per skill or per, I guess you should call it like event, and then you have a combination. Like so, a combination of the snatch and the clean and jerk is a total, and then that's the all around Olympic weightlifting champion
Okay.
per weight class.
I think I respect Olympics more than most other like weightlifting or any other bodybuilding because they have to thoroughly test you, right?
Oh.
Like you can't just get away with, I kind of did this little substance.
It's
like,
not. It's not just a
100%,
strength
yeah.
thing.
You have to be
It's
all
not just
you.
like I can just pick this weight up and throw it. Like it's a flexibility thing. It's
yeah.
it's a balance. It's a coordination.
stay
it's
healthy.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
I feel like that'd be tough.
That's got to be
You know
the
what I
hardest
mean?
part.
Like-
When- now that you said that, that was like the light bulb. Like, dude, that's got to be hard to stay healthy doing that.
Not being injury
Yeah.
prone, big time.
You're adding like a little here and there, and then you'd have to go get a massage every other day, right? I mean, loosen out. Like,
Sounds terrible. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Recovery
I'm not
process.
saying. I guess I can start lifting.
Sounds like a good recovery.
my shoulder's kind of been hurting me lately, and it was because, thank you, JP.
JP's a registered masseuse.
It's because he's been waiting to do that. That's the weirdest part. He's
Let's
been
get his hands on you. KK,
I mean,
look out for JP.
the judgment here, guys. Come on, now.
I thought this
Come
was
on
a judgment-free zone. No, I was just like lifting. What do you call it? Carry on above the thing, and it's like, oh man, like I think I felt something.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, dude,
let's
I
go
could
back.
not be a weightlifter.
Hey, let's go back
Yeah.
to what makes you feel old. What makes
he's
you
like-
feel old?
Exactly.
Okay, you're gonna have to get that down. My shoulders beat.
This old injury is flaring up.
Exactly.
Again.
For me, I thought of something that has nothing to do with me. That was my second one in case somebody picked baseball. I think I could probably throw an inning or two here and there and just like get away with some stuff. Probably throw a knuckleball. I'm not going to try and overpower anybody
What's
because
one that?
80.
What was one of your ones that didn't fit your persona though? Like, cause your baseball background. What's your other one that you picked?
I put something that I've never done before, but I thought if the horse is trained well,
What are we doing here? Are we doing
I'm gonna be an equestrian, baby. Let's go.
equestrian?
I cannot say.
Wait, is it guys and girls? It's guys too, right?
100%,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
What are you, like 6'3" on a horse? Like, no way.
I'm like, dude, I can't snowboard. I can't skate. There's nothing out there. I can't jump. So volleyball's out. Yeah, all these things. I'm like,
I love
ping
volleyball.
pong. I'm good at ping pong, but dude, the way that they play,
Those
I
guys
wouldn't
are
even
too
be
dumb.
able to
Yeah.
watch them.
You ain't no Forrest Gump, bro.
No, there's
You ain't
no
no
shot.
Forrest Gump.
There's no shot. But there's a lot of them on here that I was like, none of us could even touch. I don't know if anybody here's ever tried to surf. I wouldn't even get out there, dude. The only sport where you might die from like something eating you.
I'm not game for that.
No, not at
Absolutely
all.
not.
We used to surf in LA. I have a really funny story about that.
Oh, you used to surf? Okay,
But
cool.
so when I lived in Los Angeles, my roommate was a big time surfer.
Uh-huh.
My first week I moved there, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go buy a surfboard. So I go buy a shortboard. Had ridden a longboard, like in essence a longer surfboard before. So I go buy a shortboard, and every Saturday was kind of like our Saturday morning and Sunday morning, and I was off on Monday. So sometimes Monday when he didn't have class, we would go out to Santa Monica Beach area, and like go out and surf. Well, one day we go out there and it's like a ripping beautiful day, like, and it was evening is what it was. We go out, we're sitting out, and we're just kind of out there. There's no other surfers on the beach. Nobody's out there. And we're a little new to this at this point, so we're not paying attention to like a lot of the flags, or like we knew rip current, like, hey, watch for rip current, whatever. But we're sitting out there just waiting for a set to come in. And this guy in a kayak comes by and he goes, man, you guys are really brave. And I was like, what's going on? Like, what's the issue? He's like, yeah, Fluffy was sighted just down the beach a little ways. And we're like, what the heck is Fluffy?
I already know that's the scariest thing.
Excuse me? I'm like gone. I already know where that's going.
So apparently it was a great white that like had a tendency to come up like the north end of the beach going up towards like Malibu area, and would come up there. And like, so we were like, that was very rare that I got in the water.
No,
after
that's
that.
why I'm not surfing.
No, exactly. And
You're like, was that Fluffy?
I feel like
no.
it's like scary if you name the shark like killer or whatever, but when you name it something cute, it's even more dangerous.
even more
It's scarier.
It's more terrifying.
Because it's like,
Exactly.
oh, we're trying to soften the blow that he will eat you.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
dead.
guessing you guys don't want to go shark diving with me.
Absolutely not.
I'm done.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
No,
Yeah, I
I
have
really
no-
like. That's on my list. I'm totally
Really?
down.
You want
We
that?
need to jump.
Totally
Okay,
down.
next pod we're doing bucket list
We're
items.
setting
for
bucket
sure.
list items and we're doing them. We're gonna give ourselves.
Ooh, okay. I'm shooting low.
frame.
I'm shooting low.
I already
now.
want to puke thinking about that.
Yeah.
God.
I know.
We gotta have accomplishable ones within like a 24-month period. I think.
Maybe
Yeah.
cage diving?
No. Yeah. I don't want to go free diving.
I thought you were trying to like
I'm all like,
try
come
and get
here.
a tiger shark.
Come here. No, in a cage, like, that's big. There's
Yeah.
Fluffy.
Yeah, there's
Fluffy's
Fluffy.
huge.
Yeah,
You realize like Fluffy
there's
will
something
break that
between
cage
us.
anytime you want.
I know. Sometimes
But
they do.
at the same time, like, if you gotta die,
Go
how
out with a
cool
shark.
would it be to be like, what happened
Not
to JP?
cool at all.
No.
He got ate by a shark.
He voluntarily went
Like,
down
I'm
to
just saying.
sharks.
You know what I said?
No.
What an idiot.
Well, you can say it all day, but
nobody's-
it's like, what happened to old man Molinar? Oh, he passed away into sleep. Cool.
Comfortably? Fine.
Cool.
I'm good with
I got
that.
ate by a shark, man. What's
Bleeding
up?
out in the Pacific.
What's up?
Now,
just
if you survived getting eaten by a shark, now you're
Now
alive.
you're walking away.
How did you survive getting eaten by a shark? He ate you.
Have you not
Well, maybe you
seen
could buy that.
like
You
Moby
can
Dick or
get
something?
Bitten by a
Bitten by a
shark.
shark, but not eaten. You're going to survive
Okay.
eaten.
Well, don't they eat whatever they bit off? I'm gonna say that
It's
it's
going
eaten.
to be a bad day. I want to die if it happens. But
Maybe
I'm just
bobsledding would be in there.
Bobsledding,
Okay,
that could be
Dude,
cool.
because I'll be the guy that sits it. I'll just like be hurrying up.
Just want to see your
behind
head
him.
From
like that.
Jamaica.
Yeah, just
Winter sports, I'd like do the half pipe or do like the freestyle
okay.
skiing. That'd be really cool. Snowboarding,
Yeah, no.
there's no way for me. I'd break
That's just
something
too much
easy.
body.
sliding down hills.
It's hard.
I went skiing one time and got jacked up, and I'm like, this ain't for me.
More pass.
This hurt
Yeah.
everywhere.
All right, the next one, number 6, is best advice you ever got in your life. Doesn't have to be a specific quote or anything like that, but what do we have in terms of something that maybe you carry with you?
Mine's easy. Like, I worked for this guy when I was in my 20s, and I was I was a manager down at CompUSA, and that's when I just kind of dedicated to working so Orion could go to school. And he was one of the hardest bosses I ever worked for. But dude, I learned a lot from him one day. And one day, man, I was a great employee, and I had one day where I don't even remember what the issue was, but I messed something up, and he rode my ass for a good 2 days, like, and I was just like, F this guy, like, I have put everything I had into this, and he came. I'm not gonna lie to you. He goes, you want to have a conversation about it? Let's have a conversation about it. And he was a big dude. I'm a big dude, and he's a little bit bigger than me. He grabs me by like the shirt, and he's like, pulls me in the office. He goes, let's have a conversation like men. I don't want to hear your shit anymore. And I'm just like, oh my god, like it's like my dad. He goes, you want to be a great manager? Then be accountable for everything that happens with you and every employee. He goes, if you cannot be accountable, then you cannot lead. And since that day, that has actually set in. And from that point on, I have made sure that, I mean, even here, I'll harp on people like, if you can't be accountable for the things that are happening, I hate when people say, well, it was John that did it. Well, John, you're in charge of John, so you're accountable for that.
Yep.
But when he told me that, he's like, it was something like that. I was like, well, he's the one, it was the other manager. He's like, well, I left you in charge and you're accountable. And he told me, he's like, if you can't be accountable, then nothing below you will work. And that was it. It was the simplest thing. And that happens in our household too. So that was it. Simple.
Awesome.
Wow.
But he scared the shit out of me.
That's
I'm not
good.
gonna lie to you. I was like, I'm about to get my ass kicked.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Tyler, what you got?
So I had two that, like, they're two kind of sayings that I've kind of mantraed a little bit, but the bigger one was a faith-based, but I think it pulls into life as a whole. But one of my really good friends, Zach Randalls, his dad was an evangelist named John Randalls, and we were in this really amazing sermon that he was preaching, and he was talking about stuff, and he said his big thing for this whole sermon series that he was discussing was being a shark and not a feeder fish, being a spiritual shark and not a feeder fish. And it's more just being a leader. Like, don't be the one that picks up the crumbs that are left behind. Be the person that goes out and does it and takes care of business. So it was always kind of something I put in everyday life of just like, I need to be intentional, be a person of action, not be a person who just wait for stuff to come around and show up.
Sure.
The other one was never be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
You're not, so you're good here. You're good there.
That's not a problem.
You're welcome.
I truly believe that. I think the key to all of our success in our group is because I think we've surrounded each other with guys who are smarter about all the different aspects of business. And I think that's a big thing.
Big time.
Everybody kind of brings something different.
We all bring something different, aspect, different look at it.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
That's a great
That's
thing,
that's
A handful of people ask me that, like, when you went into business with the guys at the restaurant, like what was your biggest thing you taken away? And I was like, man, it's 100% that exact same thing. It's like we all bring something unique to the table. We all have skills that we can pull from each other as a team.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with being the one leader of all.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and everybody can grow like that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. All right. So for me, I didn't have like a quoted type of thing, but it's something that my dad kind of like instilled. Because when I first like got out of college, he always has invested in like real estate and just in himself, learning how to do basically everything construction wise to flip stuff and get it ready to rent and stuff like that. So like what he kind of showed me, I guess, almost, I mean, it was advice, but I don't know the exact quote. It was like, invest in like yourself learning all that stuff and then like continuing to grow whatever you're trying to build, like your real estate or whatever investments you're looking at. And then, but one of the things that we always kind of would give him crap about was like, dude, you don't ever spend like money and enjoy it and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, but like you guys will. So like, since then I'm like, I'm always thinking about, yes, I want to enjoy what I have, which I'm a little bit better.
Yeah, you're all
you know what I mean? Yeah. But then I'm like, but then for my daughter, and then if we have more kids, it's like, I want to make sure that they're set up too. So you got to be aware of that. Whatever you're spending, you got to be able to put some stuff away for them.
Right.
Which is cool. I thought it was a
of
great.
not so self-oriented.
Exactly.
Not self
Yeah.
I
It's
would
like-
say this. I've always had so much respect for your dad. He's always such a badass dude. But when you said that, I was like, dude, it just kind of put the stamp on everything. Like, dude.
Well, I think
dude,
that.
right.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's
that's
one.
badass.
That's one thing I think all four of us are super lucky when it comes to. I don't think there's one of us that didn't have a great dad that always try to show us the best way.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
And-
You're right.
and, like,
For
and that's,
sure.
That's one thing. Like, not everyone's blessed with that. And that's one thing all four of us are. We always had dads that wanted us to be better than they were, and wanted better for us than what they had.
Yeah.
You know, so I think all four of us were real lucky when it
Fortunate.
came to, you know,
For sure,
super
for sure.
fortunate. You know,
Yeah.
What's yours, JP?
mine's simple, man. Is people don't think about you as much as you think they do, so don't care what they think.
There you
I
go.
like that.
It's simple. Just live your life. You know, you can't live your life worrying what people think. I mean, because they really don't. I
Absolutely.
mean, at the end of the day, they're not thinking about this or that. So why care what they think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they think about it, it's like for 5 seconds, and it's like
Exactly.
they don't even. Yeah,
You know, and at the end of the day, you're the one living your life. So
You're the one putting your head on your pillow at night. You're
Exactly.
the one that's got to be restful.
Yeah, if you
with
feel
yourself.
good about it.
you know, one thing my
Yep.
dad, going back to that, would always say, he goes, at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. He goes, as long as you can look yourself in the mirror, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
yep.
You know, and I've always lived by that. I really don't care what anyone thinks. You know, and
That's awesome.
it's just that easy.
Yeah. Hey, we got some good advice, y'all.
I tell you, man,
Sheesh.
wow.
Added value to the podcast right there.
I
Let's go.
I felt some emotion through that. Too.
A little deep
For sure.
tugging at heartstrings, tugging a bit.
No doubt. All right. Topic number 7, pet peeves. So this is things people do in public. I feel like there's countless amounts of pet peeves, at least that come to my mind. But I thought I just want to talk about things that, because when we went traveling, you know, there's so many, you know, airport, mall, traffic. You're like, oh my gosh, people,
Yeah.
you know,
Human
and that's what it
element.
comes down
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You need people though. Like, could you imagine if the airport was completely empty and you just walked to your gate and you sat in the airplane, you were by yourself? I feel like that would be a miserable life too. So you need these idiots
To bring substance.
to bring some, like, it keeps your
make
life
time go
going.
by.
Exactly.
Well, it makes it interesting. You're like,
Yeah.
really?
I don't know if it was a book I read or something, but it was like, it was talking about how, like, if everything was perfect, because everybody complains about stuff, but if everything was perfect every day, it'd be boring.
It'd be boring.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
God threw
Yeah.
rain in the mix when you don't want it to be, because, hey, it changes things. Like, if it's always sunny, then, you know, it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy to think about
Learn
this
to
stuff.
adapt.
Absolutely.
You need idiots, but pet peeves. I'll give you guys one of mine. So mine was, I was at the pool with my wife and my daughter, right? And there were these, like, I don't know, they were high school kids or something, but they were talking about their opinions to each other, but on speaker mode, right? So, like, as loud as they could, they're talking to each other like we are, but we want all these tables
Everybody to
over
hear
here
it.
to hear it. Dude,
Yeah.
I hate when people do that, and especially when they're bragging, you know what I mean? Like,
Intentional.
oh yeah, I'm going to the, you know, wherever, I don't know, going on vacation for 2 weeks, and we went and did this, and it's like, great, tell your friends.
Tell your
Yeah.
group.
I hate that, dude.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to branch out into the rest of the room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That I'll play off
1000%.
that.
Okay.
I hate it when you're in a public place and people are talking on speakerphone.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want to hear your damn conversation.
Truth.
You know, put it to your ear, talk in a lower tone, be respectful. You're in a restaurant and there's people just, I'm like, dude, like, there's a vibe that's going on here. Don't kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hate when you go to the store or anything like that and people want to have a conversation, then they have no respect for anyone else around. They'll stand in the, like, cover the whole aisle, and you're like, you're looking at
yeah.
No social awareness.
Yeah, you're like,
no
hey,
social
I
awareness.
need some cilantro, dude. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
You look me in the eye twice now. We got a problem.
You know I'm here.
No,
Yeah,
that's
your
a big
cart's
one, too.
just like slowly edging up to them. I've definitely been there. That's the worst.
I've made comments before. I'm like, well, I guess I don't need that. And Orient's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Not avoiding that aisle.
You can say it nicely and still be rude, you know, like, excuse
Yeah.
me, but like, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
I Oh my gosh, that stuff annoys me.
Yeah.
That's another thing we ran into in the hotels, like the hallways and stuff. Kids were just like sitting down or talking to their friends, and it's just like, can you move? Like, can
Yeah.
you not see? No spatial awareness, dude.
Yeah.
Worst. Tyler, what you got?
So mine actually has to do a lot with plane activity, like you're traveling and thought. For one, I'm single, don't have kids, so man, it irks me to no end when people can't control their kids. And I mean the nice way, like, but
Oh, yeah.
and you being on a plane, and I understand it's a controlled environment. There's only so much you can do, but like when they're beating on the back of a seat and you're stuck in the seat in front of them, like that's tough for me. The other one was people that take their shoes off on a plane.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. That's
I
gross.
have.
Absolutely
I'm glad I-
disgusting.
that is
Like, if you're
so
not,
good.
you're freaking out.
Yeah, we don't want to see the dog.
I'm disgusted enough going through TSA and having to take my shoes off rather than having to sit in a plane with
Yeah,
you.
that's gross.
Yeah, Jonas took his shoes off the last time. I was all, we are not that family. Put the dogs back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the last one was in the middle seat. Who gets the armrests?
I don't. I think I just split it. I put my arm. I just use it to
That's easy for me. Everybody realizes like this is a large human being. I don't get no armrest. I'm like, that's right. You do not. But when you look at me, I'm not getting in the middle seat.
Right.
I
Yeah.
walk by,
They'll
they're
scoot.
like, they're
They'll
like,
scoot.
I'll move. Yes, you will.
He's like, I got early boarding. It's fine.
Well, yeah, we went through that. I love
Yeah.
waving. I upgrade. Right? I
Yeah,
make
I
my
want-
money.
You
Nice
never
about it.
fly Southwest.
I do.
Oh, but you go A?
But I'm
He'll pay
on
for the early bird.
A1, A2 every time. These guys are walking and trying to find a seat. I'm like, hey guys, losers.
He was not he was not that nice. He was rude the whole
It was
time.
like I felt like that skit. Make way, poor people
People.
coming through. It was great.
Yeah.
Last time I was on a plane, I was like in the middle seat, and I'm sitting there because I got rerouted, and so I'm in the middle seat, and they wouldn't let me have the armrest. In the
Yeah,
middle
you
seat.
should have the right of way a little
On
bit.
these two, especially I think outside aisle seat, you get your armrest, you can lean
You
that
can
way.
lean, yeah.
Yeah.
Window gets this armrest, but middle guy gets both armrests.
Yeah,
And it
that's
was
Good
fair.
thing that
That's
I'm
fair.
with that. Like I'd do the Bernie Mac on my kids if they're acting like that. I'll throw.
well,
See, I think that
Well,
your
that-
kids
that
are
even-
terrified of you because I mean it from a nice way. Like I was fearful of my parents.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're not doing
yeah.
anything
You're
across them. No
yeah.
way.
yeah,
Like,
my
'cause-
dad did the thump, man. He
My
Got it.
my kids are funny. They're like adults. If we're at a hotel, they're like, damn kids running in the hallway. And I'm like, I know, right? Like, who's like, I'm trying to sleep. I have a tournament tomorrow. And I'm like, I feel you, crew. This
I love that.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like
Airbnb.
when it comes to kids, like at the restaurant. Hey, kids are gonna get upset, stuff like that. That don't bother me. What bothers me is when the parents will let their kid run around the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
I've had multiple times where a kid will come into our kitchen, and I'm like, and the parents like, it's all good. I'm like, no, it's not.
Whoa.
I'm like, dude,
do not
one
pass
hit
go.
check, your kid's done.
Yeah, and
take
now
him
you're
out.
the one that's at fault. Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, or he
stupid.
touches something hot, or I'm like, and they literally have no like, so what?
Yeah, let it be.
Yeah,
What?
they're enjoying
I
themselves.
can't wait to the day that you have to like parent somebody. It's gonna be great.
My niece and nephews, we went to Great Wolf Lodge.
They're older. You need like a younger one.
But when they were still little, like the worst experience ever. Like, and I mean it in a nice way. Our kids, I can crack the whip with my niece and nephews and be like, hey, no, you're not doing
Right.
that. But when you're surrounded by kids that are just beating stuff, like destroying stuff, I'm like,
Oh yeah, I can't take that.
I just really want.
Yeah. I was gonna say I've kind of been on both sides of it because right now my daughter doesn't like speak to us, so I can't say like stop, sit down, and stuff. So we just try and find ways to soothe her. We're trying everything. Sometimes it's loud, but yeah, I mean like there's some times where they don't even try. They're just like, oh. Kind of like JP
as a
said. I'm
teacher
like,
in the teaching environment, like stuff you have to deal with other people's kids. Like,
Hey, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You like kids can like I don't usually say too much to other people's kids unless I get out of control. But the teacher in Oriane, sometimes I'm like, shut up, you're not in class. She's like, I don't give a damn. Like kids don't act like
she
that.
uses the neck. She does the
It's
neck
like,
move.
check please.
Sorry.
I'll pay for theirs too.
Table, you're
No, but I mean, I appreciate that she'll say that, but
dude.
sometimes I'm like,
I was gonna say there's a newfound like confidence talking to other people when you're a teacher, because you're just like, if something doesn't go your like, they're not behaving, you're okay with being like, hey, cut it out.
Yeah.
Or
I bet.
because
Just stop.
like that's another thing. Like the hotel, there was some like loud people, and some of my students were like, Mr. Gonzales, and I was all right. Guys, cut it out. Go in your rooms, and like just like I don't know these people, and I'm fine with doing that because I'm teaching. I don't know. That's why. It's weird.
I'm in that role.
Yeah,
I'm Mr.
exactly.
Gonzales. Go.
Yeah, exactly.
I have this authority, Mister, front of name.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I think I had another one. It was cigarettes in public when they're just like when people just flick them. That bothers the crap out of me, dude. And they're still lit. I'm like, okay, there's designated places to put them. Just do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm already annoyed that you're smoking right here next to me, in front of me.
The people have an ashtray out here.
Yeah.
And I hate that too. I'm like, dude, clean that up every day. It's disgusting.
All right, drive at night and you're driving down the highway and all of a sudden you like see like sparks flying out of a car and I'm like, well, you really just threw your cigarette out the
All the
window?
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ruidoso
yeah.
very much could have been something
Yeah.
stupid like that.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
That stuff just blows my mind. I'm
Yeah.
It's disgusting anyway. I don't care.
Yeah. It's gross, but it's like also dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, at any point.
I'm gonna argue with no shoes on a plane is also dangerous. I'm not
I'm
gonna.
gonna say,
Yeah.
It can be depending if they are.
Oh, for sure. All right, so that wraps it up, folks. Thanks for watching 7 rounds. Guys, any last words?
No.
No, I think we're good.
Good round 2.
I think
75 hard might be close to over when we do our next episode. So when that happens,
be a
one of the
drinking.
things I will say this, we did get a comment on our last video and they said that they want to see the wedgie thing happen on a video. Like they were like, we don't believe you. I don't think it'll really happen. So we might have to do a double feature, a wedgie video, and
taking that?
and we're doing a flighted
If we get
beer
over
video.
1,000
We'll do a
views,
fly-
I'm gonna totally do
a flighted yes. Absolutely.
Okay, at 1,000 views, JP will take a massive wedgie from Jeremy.
I sure won't. That's where you're wrong.
And he's gonna have to drink a beer.
and drink
Yeah.
a beer.
A beer.
That's right.
No mixed drinks.
I'll say this is horrible.
If you
horrible.
drink a beer, we'll drink one of your specialty drinks, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys like them anyways. I don't care what you say. You lies.
I mean, they're not.
Lies.
It's just dessert
No,
drinks.
we
It's not.
don't.
I'm not saying.
How dare you?
I'm not saying.
And I don't like Justin Timberlake either.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Catch us next time.